Hello everyone, welcome back to another lesson. So in the previous lesson, we talked about some aspect of how to delete and then use the hash method to check if a key exists in the element of a map, and also the clear method whereby you can use that to remove all elements from a map. So we look at practical examples, and I also even give a scenario of what that looks like in real life. So moving away from that, we are going to take a look at another two, what do I call it? Another two methods in this lesson. The first one is the for each method, and the other one is the map.entries method. So we are going to be taking a look at these two in this particular lesson. So let's dive in. The map dot for each method invokes a callback for each key or value pair in the map. Now, when you look at an example of the for each method, you are going to see how the callback for the key value pair looks like and what it does in an instance of working with map in this example. And the map entries on its own, the entries method return an iterator object with the key values in a map. As for the map.entries method, we might not be able to get into it in this video, but after this video, we are going to dive into that. But for now, let's keep our focus on the for each method. And if time permits, we might decide to just start talking about the entries method as well. So let's take a look at the for each method as the first example in this lesson. So I'll pull up my editor and I'll change this to for each method. So the for each method does what? Invoke a callback for each key value pair. For each method invokes a callback for each key value pair and a map. In a map. So the for each method invokes a callback for each key value pairs in a map. So let's continue. Right here, we can make an example of what that looks like. So I'm still going to be using full. So let me just use what I have here. So the only thing I'll take out is this. Now, I want to make an empty string where the result of my iteration will be stored. And then I can do, now it's time to use the for each method. Now, back, I add this is how you invoke a callback in JavaScript. So this is a callback function. So it takes a value of, it takes a data or parameter of value and key. Just as you can see right here. Just a second. I think something is wrong. Yeah. And key like this. Okay, good. So if you have this, then you can open the curly braces for the function. Yes, and then here inside this place, I can have what I want as the output. Plus equals what do I want? Value of the key plus value that document JavaScript and remove that ID. Demo one. dot now HTML equals to text. Of course, here this will not work due to some error I can see here. Let me first troubleshoot this one after the other. Expected. Yeah, I have this right. Let me inspect to see what the problem is in this case. Okay, before function body, okay, there is an error here. Value key. I think this should work this way. Yes. Good. So it was a case of closing braces that caused the issue initially. So in this code right here on the screen, this part is the callback function. You can see the way it is called, the way it's being passed into this for each method. You can see that there's nothing like a function, my function, blah blah blah, the way we used to do with our traditional function. So it just took two parameters, which is the value and the key. And so it just iterates over all these elements that I have inside the map and it's giving it as an output. I want to add space. Let me see what happens. Something changes. This actually is supposed to be a space, but instead it's giving something else. Okay, good. So I have the space now. So you can see the for each method is looping over each element of this map, and you can see them here on the screen 200, 20, 20, and 100. So this is how you use the for each method because map supports iteration. So you can iterate over the element of the map to get a desired output, as you can see. And right here, we are getting the key and the value from this element of our map. So this is the key. Each of these represents the key, and each of these represents value. Thank you. And in the next lesson, we'll move and talk about the map.entries method.